Okay. And let's just tuck this like that. Okay. I wish this would like... One second. Okay, there. There we go. Okay, I think that's what I need. Hello. Today we are making papaya salad, and we're gonna do it super simple. So I have limes here. I have 2 Roma tomatoes. Normally you want, what are those little ones? You know, the little cherry tomatoes. I have some red chili, pickled red chili right here. This is my papaya. So we're gonna peel and then julienne cut these. But I'm gonna cheat. I'm not gonna julienne by hand because I suck. I'm going to julienne this with my mandolin. And then this is the palm sugar. I was looking for palm sugar that was like, you know, in the little jar, which is hard to come by in the Bay Area, but it usually comes in this super hard thing. And so this is how we're basically making Thai style papaya salad. So I'm gonna wash my hands and then throw on some gloves. We're going to start processing our papaya, and then we're gonna do everything else because all this is easy. Okay, that's what we're doing. So this is the mandolin that you guys saw in those other videos. It was just, I think this was only like $35 when I bought it. And this was an OXO. They're not super expensive, and they make decent quality for the average home cook. And this is not an endorsement. They didn't pay me. I just had this for like, you know, at least 10 years. But they have different sizes here for your thickness. So they have the 1.5, 3 millimeter, 4.5, and 6 millimeter. They even have different size cuts. What I like about this is, like, if I unlock it, there's, oh, let's be careful. They actually have hidden storage. So it stores your other cuts of styles. So you have julienne, French fry. I think that was crinkle cut, the other one right here. The one with the ridges, this right here. But yeah, no, this is a time saver. If you like suck with your knife skills, you're gonna love your mandolin. So let me wash my hands because I just sterilized this area. What I love about these live streams and whenever I'm cooking for you guys is I'm genuinely cooking my meal. Like, I've been working all day, and I even stopped by and like packed up more stuff for the storage, and I was like, oh, I'm getting so hungry for lunch, and I promised myself that I would eat healthy. So I said, okay, I'll make a papaya salad because it's healthy. So that's that. Now let me take these. Before I get going, I do need to smash this. So I'm gonna take this real quick, and we're gonna smash that later after I take care of this papaya situation. Because the papaya, processing your papaya is the longest part. And in Thailand, they just take their cleaver and they just do like this, you know, all day. And I'm just like, whoa, you guys are like so impressive with your knife skills. I wish I had, you know. So first I'm gonna peel this. And I'm going to cut the ends. So I'll show you what I mean by them going like this. But to me, like, this is a young papaya, so it's hard. So it's gonna be a little bit, you know, more challenging to, you know, if you don't have that muscle behind your wrist, especially because like I have spinal injuries, I feel like it makes it harder for me to, if I was to do like this all day, you know, like I'd rather just take it easy with my mandolin. But I'm just going to shred this now. And I cut the ends off because that's where all the nasty, let me turn this, hold on. I want to make sure that you all can see what we're doing here. Well, that's a cute shape. Look how pretty this shape is naturally, just the top of the papaya. It's really pretty. Look. Isn't it amazing how like the earth just naturally has prettiness to it, especially our plants. Where's my bag? Oh my gosh, I can't even believe. You know, I like having my little trash scrap bag ready to go, because I already see little spots taking up my board. Okay, so there, this is a much better view. And so I'm just getting rid of the top. The problem with papaya, if you've never dealt with like a young papaya like this, and that's what it's called at the grocery store, is can you see those little white dots right there? There's wax that comes out of the papaya naturally to protect it. You know, it's a protective mechanism because this has the seeds inside. So, you know, it gets very slippery. You know, you can have this against your board. I also have gloves on. And this is also why I don't necessarily like. So I put it down on the board so I can put my weight and stabilize it. That's what's going on here. Because it can get very, very slippery. And I love papaya salad. You know, you can make papaya salad in so many different ways. I have friends that taught me how to make, let me move this knife real quick. That taught me how to make Vietnamese style papaya salad. And everyone's salad, you know, use similar but slightly different ingredients. But yeah, it's just like, that cooking school in Thailand was really cool. We didn't learn papaya salad then, but at that point I had already been making a bunch of Thai food, like not just salad, but I was also making curries. Ooh. See, sometimes it'll resist you, the skin, and you're just having to like put some muscle behind it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here is once I'm done peeling this, and we're almost done here, I'm going to cut it into smaller pieces. After I cut it into smaller pieces, then we can run it along the mandolin and it'll be easy. So that's it. So, and because I cut off the end, now it can stand. Like right now I have it just standing like that. Just gonna make sure all my little scraps. Okay, cool. We're done with this. Now you don't want to cut it in half because that's where all the seeds are. So I kind of like to, oh gosh, okay. Here, maybe I'm gonna have to stand it and cut it because today this one's being so finicky. Come on, there. So I'm cutting it into smaller pieces because if you cut too deep, all the seeds will open like that. And so I did cut a little too deep. I did. But don't worry, we're not going to waste any piece of this. We're going to still run these thicker parts along the mandolin. But I kind of like to keep the papaya intact so I don't have to deal with all the seeds coming out, because that can be problematic too. And then let's just get this one. My board needs space. That's what we need. And you can feel, you can see right here where it's like translucent. Goodness, it's so hard. Whew. Okay, all right. And you see the seeds came out? You don't want to deal with having to clean up all this. So if you can be more graceful than me, or just kind of hold it down better than me, you'll save yourself a lot. So we're gonna set this aside and start using our mandolin. So I'm gonna take this to the side. I would say that's my biggest gripe here in Oakland, is our homes are very small. So that's that. Now I'm going to take these little pieces out because this is where I'm going to let everything fall into. And I want to make sure this is empty. Okay. So all we're going to do, and I'm going to back this up a little, just because I need space. Well, I guess you can see. So that's it. Ooh, let me adjust the camera. Hold on. Let's try to adjust this upwards. And I'm going to back this up a little so you can see. Oh, I don't have the julienne on. Oh my gosh, how silly. How silly. I saw that. You see? So this is just the thin blades. I need to switch it to the julienne. But this is about the right thickness that we want, so whoops. I don't know why I saw the julienne option and then it just completely slipped my mind. Okay. So this is what I mean by, like, sometimes my mom's like, you know, I love having you around because you cook. But then you and all your little contraptions and your little appliances, and then you just start going off into, okay. So this is how you're actually supposed to do it. You take one of these little contraptions and you put it in. So you swap it. This was originally here for the regular slice. And then you put this little guy back on. Can't believe I'm doing a product demo in the middle of cooking, but okay. And oh, obviously you got to lock it back up so that doesn't happen to you while you're running your thing. Don't be like me. Don't be like me. This is why me doing live streams, you guys get to see all the mess in action. Okay. Let's see if my julienne's the right thickness. Did I do this right? Yep. Okay. All right. We're making progress. I didn't screw up all day. There we are. That's the right thickness. Can you see? And that's all we're doing. Now, I'm using the inside of the papaya to kind of hold it together. Actually, this is looking rather thin. I'm gonna make this bigger. I'm putting it at 3mm. Oh, it told me 3mm. Honestly, what is going on with me? I feel like I haven't used these options in so long. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That's funny. This is what I was making. These were baby julienne. Oh my gosh. This is good for like onions though. I can't believe I just did that. It's okay, because at the end of the day, this is papaya salad. And when you mix it all up, it's gonna be great. You'll be fine. We'll all survive. And, you know, I'm starting to think, was that really the angle I was supposed to be going? I'm starting to think I put this wrong. Am I putting this? No, I installed it right. I don't know why it looks wrong. Am I looking? Oh my gosh. That's why. Okay, when I first started doing it, it was on lock mode. And then I moved it to green because I thought I had it on blue. Now, here it is on blue. Okay. It's okay. We're like 17 minutes in and I'm fumbling around. I was like, why is it still coming out like this? Oh my gosh. And then I thought I was like losing my mind for a second. Like, am I really not seeing what's happening in front of me? And I was like, I know this is not how it's supposed to be. I know. There we go. Here we go. All right. There. Can you see? Oh my gosh. I feel so silly. That's how you know I haven't been julienning anything for so long, because I've been very lazy. Like I said, I really don't have time in my day to be doing and playing games and like, you know, fussing about all day. It's just like, hey, how do I do this the most efficient way? But also, how do I maintain the quality? So if I have to, you know, make my own food at home, that's how I maintain the quality of my diet. But sometimes I get spoiled and I go out or I buy snacks. Okay, now we're starting to get resistance because of the internal rind. But you see all this right here? We're gonna get all that. I do have a, what is that thing called? A glove. Hold on, let me see if I can use my, let me clean this. This came with it. So it's supposed to hold it down. Let's see if it holds it down to run across. You know, it kind of does and kind of doesn't, because there's kind of a grip situation. Can you see these skewers? Kind of. Yeah. It's supposed to just never, maybe I'm supposed to skewer it first. Okay. Okay, all right. Just trying to hold it down into this. There. I just need to get a rhythm. And this is supposed to be safer than you using your hand. Oh, what? Okay. Next. I don't know. I don't know if I like that thing. Okay. See how much faster I am with my own hand? And this is why I feel the way that I do. Like, I just kind of adjusting this right here. The best part about papaya salad is you don't have to cook. Like after you're done doing all this. Okay, where's my little... Oh, there's little lips right there. Okay. That's kind of helpful. Okay. We are making progress. And if I skewer it like this, I should be able to... Okay, so we got most of the meat off of this. And so, you know, that's all that. And so we're almost done. I think we're like a few more pieces. And they're not that big. So let me just scoot this over so we have more space. I decided not to get a big papaya. One, because it's just me. And then two, if it's just me, I don't want to spend all day processing papaya. Because like I said, the bigger the papaya, the longer you're going to have to be here. Ah, try it again. Dude, whenever I do a live stream, somebody outside is either arguing, fighting, somebody's doing some type of construction. Now there's lawn mowers. And I'm like, if I had $1 for every time someone interfered with the live stream, I think I'd, you know, have some pretty good money right now. Can this? Maybe I need to skewer it first. I think that's the hack, is if I skewer it first, then it can't. Is that? Okay, I'm starting to get a little tired of dealing with this situation. Because I can also take this, whatever's remaining, I'll just do it by hand. I still have my cleaver. Now be careful for your hand. Make sure you're not going too close. Those spike strips look scary, so I'm gonna skewer this thing back on. Oh, how are you gonna, oh my gosh. I feel like this thing is fighting me today. I think we're fighting. Come on, get on there. Skewer. Okay. Unless, of course, it's finally hit its point where it's like, okay, you're too thin, so now you have to just do it by hand, which is fine. I'll accept that. I'll accept that's my fate. So we have one more piece, and then I'll just cut these by hand because I don't want to waste papaya, especially with how expensive groceries are in the Bay Area. It's like, why waste food? Especially perfectly good fresh produce. Whew, that slipped a little. Come on. You can do it. I'm gonna have to do this by hand. My hand is starting to hurt. Okay. Okay. We'll do that by hand. And then we have this. So there's still some thick parts that we can get some meat off of. And you can tell when the skin starts to get thin, that's when you know there isn't much, and it starts to open. You know, I'm trying to be careful not to let all the seeds out, but some of the seeds are coming out. Let's get rid of it real quick. Because if you eat this, it's bad for you. It's actually very bitter. But I think they said you can like vomit or something. I don't know. Could be like old wives' fables or whatever. I don't know. Sometimes there's just like stuff your family tells you, and you never really know where the origins of all that came from. But okay, so here there's a ton. We're just gonna run this across because there's a bunch of like okay, we're almost there. I'm telling you, my arm is getting tired. My arm is getting very tired from doing this. And this is why I didn't want to get, normally when I'm cooking for my family, I normally get a papaya that's like much larger. But it's like, I already knew that I didn't want my arm to be doing this all day. Especially after I got injured. I feel everything so much more. And, you know, it makes doing things like this fatigue me. Like my arm is getting very fatigued. And it was my right side that I got the most issues with after the accident. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day just because I'm tired, but there's obviously more flesh here if you really wanted to. I'm going to turn around now and take care of slicing the things by hand. So just wipe this, clear the area. Okay. We're done with this. We don't need this anymore. And this is what that came out to be. That's how much papaya. And can you see our nice julienne? Now that I julienned it. So it's gonna give me a nice day or two worth of salad. Because I eat a lot of salad, actually. I prefer salad. So if people ever serve me food, I usually ask for veggies. And that's just how I feel. And in fact, you can even use these pieces to do like chamorro pickles too. Any kind of pickles that use papaya. In fact, I'm thinking about that. I should save this and use the dormy I made. You know, I might have to make that be a separate thing. That's gonna have to be a separate video, I know it. I remember making some for my family and they just got so excited. They were like, I can't believe you made this. It's very delicious. And so, I'm not gonna care too much here. Just gonna kind of get it about where we need to get it. Just don't want very large pieces. So, they're about matchstickish when I do it by hand. Obviously there's more variation when I do it by hand, so that's why I like to use my little mandolin, because I don't like too much variation, especially like when you are like thinking about marinating, cooking things evenly. You want things to be flavored evenly. We're making progress. And I also like to cook so that things can actually fit in your mouth, fit on your fork, fit on your spoon. I think it's really strange if we, and this is so hard. The baby papaya, the young papaya is what they call it. And they're so much firmer to like hold and grip. And I'm trying to grip it with as little bit of my finger so the blade doesn't catch me. It's like fighting me. Okay. So, come on. I'm not trying to be picky. I just want my lunch. And we're gonna take this. And it's like stuck on here. Ugh. Come on. Go. I really am not trying to fuss and fight about this, but this little piece of papaya is like fighting me. I just want to cut little matchsticks and move on with my life, and it's like every time I try to dip the blade in, it just wants to resist. Okay. Okay, we're making progress. We're making progress. Is that the lawnmower being done? You never know. You're also doing some other stuff outside, and I'm just like, I don't even, truthfully, I don't care. I don't want to know. Just don't block the flow. Because they did block the entrance and exit, and it's like, you know, residents have to get out. Okay, almost done. Ooh, don't want my gloves to get caught. Gosh, it's like stuck on there. It's with this? Is that not? Come on. Okay. There's some of this where there's rind on the inside. I'm not sure if I really want to keep it, so I'm gonna try to see if I can shred it out, like slice it out like this. Because this part is supposedly bitter as well, like the seeds. And I just want to preserve as much of the papaya as possible. Ugh, don't want to capture myself. Yeah, I guess it's not gonna let me. Kind of an odd angle. Yeah, so I just sliced the little rind that holds the. Actually, I'm gonna get closer. See the interior where it's slightly different? That's where it holds the seeds. There's little spikes here, and that's kind of a bitter situation. Okay, now that we did that, okay. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get off, get off. And I'm intentionally keeping my fingers away from the blade. And you'll even see me use my hand on top just so I don't accidentally hurt myself. But also, ever since my back injuries, I feel everything so much more. So I have to put weight into the blade now, when before it might have been easy to do simple tasks like cooking like this. Now I feel it when I have to put pressure on, especially when I'm trying to cut something hard like this, because young papaya is hard. It's a firmer thing. And so also too, like depending on how far away you are standing, I was a little bit further away, but you know, it's just like everyday tasks, you feel it a little bit more, even when you do all your little physical therapy. I don't know, I feel like unless you have spinal injuries and stuff, or like you've sustained injuries and you just kind of always have that chronic pain, like those are kind of the people that understand what I'm talking about. Where even when we try our best, even on our good days, you know, you still don't feel great. And I certainly dropped some seeds or papaya. And the thing is, the sauce that we're about to make is gonna pickle it, essentially. That's really what it is, because most salads with papaya is just everyone pickling it their own style. I'm just trying to cut this down a little bit further. And again, everyone that is like in the actual Thai kitchen, they are way more skilled with their knives, especially in Thailand, where they're just like doing this all day and they're just slicing it by hand all day. It's just an impressive thing to watch people do. Everyone from around the world has their own techniques, and you know, the knife skills of all these chefs is just so incredible. And just the cooking styles too. Like, if you think about all the different cooking instruments that everyone uses, it's really interesting. And it's like, oh, what an interesting gadget. I've never seen that. And then you wonder how certain people did certain things, and it's like, oh, it's because they have special contraptions that maybe some of us don't have. So these are like really long pieces that are stuck. And it's because of wax. Remember the little beads of wax I was telling you about? Right here, I'm not gonna fuss and fight. I'm just gonna take whatever little is left here and just slice it thin and just throw it in because I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm starving. I love how it ricocheted. It's like I'm trying to move on and these guys are like popping back out of the bowl. Like it's fighting for survival to not get eaten. Come on, I'm not playing with you anymore. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm gonna take my tomatoes. These are just 2 regular Roma tomatoes because we didn't have any cherry tomatoes when I went to the grocery store. So I'm gonna cut this down, probably smaller than 8ths, smaller. Okay. I'm just getting rid of the little core at the top. You guys see that? I'm gonna do that for both sides. Mainly because I don't like eating that. Why should I? It tastes gross. And that cut nice. I guess it is 8ths. I guess I am cutting this into 8ths. Okay. Because there's 4 and 4. And I'm gonna need my pestle and mortar. Did I pronounce that right? You know, the little smashing thing. We're gonna need that to smash up the palm sugar because the palm sugar is too hard. And we need to break up the palm sugar. We also need my lime. Now you might say to yourself, what are you doing with your lime? Well, first, let me actually rinse the lime real quick. Let me do that. I'm gonna start with 3 limes because this is a smaller papaya. Okay. So like Thai cooking in actual Thailand, they use what's called kefir lime. But these are all the limes that we have in America. So I'm just gonna squeeze the juice out of these 3. And the reason why I'm squeezing the lime separately is we want to be able to control the acidity. Now, some people like more sour for their papaya salad. Some people like it sweeter. Some people like it spicier. And you can control it all if all you did was separate the sauce real quick. And as you're doing it step by step, you know, you kind of taste along the way. So that's what I'm gonna do. Is show you guys how you can just kind of adjust to your liking. I normally will start with like a 50-50 even split. And then depending on, you know, spice level and sugar level. But again, I try not to add too much sugar. So I try to use enough to give it that Thai papaya salad flavor, but not enough to, you know, make it taste like all sugar. because we still want to be cognizant of our health here. And maybe I should have rolled these limes right before cutting it, just to get it more juicy, because you see me kind of squeezing out it here. Just trying to make sure I get as much out of it. Now some people have that little juicer thing where you run the lime or the lemon over it, or a little gadget. But my whole thing is, I don't really like that stuff. I don't really like gadgets that only do one thing. Like, why not have a gadget that can do multiple things? Or do one thing really, really well, you know? Okay, we're almost done, and this is 3 limes so far. It smells so good in here. It smells so heavenly with this lime. This fresh lime just smells delicious. And we're almost done. I can feel it. The lime is like losing juiciness. Okay. There. I'm going to take this and toss my trash. Okay. I almost had an accident back there. I almost dropped a little thing on my head, but okay. Here we are. We're gonna throw the palm sugar in here, and you're probably like, why? But it's because it's a giant block of sugar, and we can't do anything. We can't portion control when it's a giant block like this. So that's why. And then I'm gonna rewrap this in saran wrap once we get a piece of it. Can you see how like hard it is? So you kind of have to like smash it. Okay, I didn't mean all that. That looks about, that's about a quarter. So once we're done smashing this, we're gonna set this to the side so we can portion control. Now, in Thailand, they actually smash the papaya with the tomato, with the sauce, everything together. I'm gonna do that in the big bowl. And we really want small pieces because we want it to dissolve fast. So this is too big. You see that? That's what we're trying to. And if you look, it's actually getting soft as I smash it down. It goes from super hard crystalline to like super soft. Now don't worry if there's still some large pieces. Don't worry, because it'll eventually dissolve. So now I'm just going to take this and put it into a bowl here. Now the good thing is if you have extra, you can just use this sugar for other things in Thai cooking. Or if you decide that you like it and you want to make more papaya salad, you already got it smaller. So can you see how it's like much easier to spoon? You know, much easier to break down. So then when we do our portion control, we can really control it down. And the smaller the sugar crystals, the easier it is for everything to dissolve. Okay. That's about right. Okay. So, my peppers. I haven't forgotten about my peppers. So, here's our peppers. Depending on how spicy you like it, that's how many you put in. Now, the more you smash at your peppers, the spicier it'll get. So keep that in mind. It's not so much how thin you cut this, it's about how much you slice it down. The more you chop it up, the spicier it gets, is what I'm telling you. So, to protect myself, I'm putting back my gloves, so I'm gonna undo this. Oh goodness. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Woo. You can smell the spice. You can smell it. Goodness. We may as well, putting it on the board. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna do 3 because I like to chop it up. So let me just do that. And this is such a new pack that it's like packed in so hard. Oh my gosh, that pepper juice just like squirted at me. It squirted off camera. There's one. And it's dependent on how large these are. So these are pretty decent size. Oh, this smells like spicy. Smells spicy. Okay. I have a feeling this one's gonna kill. Okay. Oh, okay. These ones smell very spicy. It's okay, I like the heat though. So I'm gonna cut it down because I like it spicy. So you can control it by how many chilies and how thinly you slice and chop. So there it is. 3 chilies. Straight into the bowl. Now, I'm gonna have to put this stuff away before the real action happens. And that's really the mixing that I'm talking about. Once we're ready to start mixing, we're gonna have way more fun because now we can sample and taste test. And where's my little... Oh, I'll just get a bag. So I just got a Ziploc bag and I'm just throwing my giant palm sugar that I had to my palm sugar block. I'm just throwing the whole thing in here, and we're gonna put it in a, you know, a dark, cool place with the rest of the sugar. Although clearly I have sugar out on my counter for my coffee. Okay, that is that. I need the fish sauce. That's what we're missing. Oh, what did I do? Okay. So this is the fish sauce I was talking about. Now every you know, ethnicity has their own brand. There is a Vietnamese and a Thai brand, I believe. Every country makes their own. But you know, some of it just kind of tastes, depending on the style of it, it kind of tastes the same. Now I told you guys I was gonna take this thing back. Where is it? This. I'm gonna smash everything in here, kind of like how they do in Thailand. I'm gonna just smash it in here. In Thailand, they have giant, big wooden bowls that they do this in, so then it won't, like, you know, soak up all the flavor. So I'm gonna do like, this is a tablespoon, by the way. If it looks small on camera, it's a tablespoon. And 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. So this is about 1 tablespoon, even though it's heaping. I'm just gonna start with 3 right there. So that's 1 tablespoon, AKA 3 teaspoons. Now I'm gonna eyeball my fish sauce. Usually I just kinda, I make it about 50-50 even, actually. So let me grab another spoon. This is another tablespoon. We're not doing anything fishy around here. Haha, fish sauce, fishy. Okay, so 2. I like my lemony, so we're gonna put a little bit more here. Some more fish sauce. Now some people will like mix it first, and mix their like wets first, and then start smashing it. I mean, whatever, you know. I've been doing this for so long that if I mix it and I taste it, I'm gonna know whether or not I got the right ratio. And the thing is, the ratio when you are doing this versus after all the sugar has dissolved is gonna taste different, right? Once the sugar is fully dissolved, you'll know if your ratio is right. Now, automatically, this smells more fishy, so I'm gonna add more lime and more sugar. There's 1, 2. And you can kind of tell, like, the longer you do this, the more you make this recipe your own, the more you can tell whether or not you need, and I just put more sugar, by the way, like what you're missing and needing. And you also want there to be sauce at the bottom. You don't want, and now I'm not beating up the peppers and the tomatoes, but I am bruising it a little, trying to get some of that juice out of it. And there's like a big piece of sugar here, so I'm gonna try to work it in to the sauce. Can you guys see? Let's see if I rotate. Oh, you know what I'm missing? I'm missing the garlic. Duh. Hold on. I was like, it smells different. Can't believe I forgot the garlic. So we're just gonna take a couple pieces of garlic, smash it and put it in. Hold on a second. I'm gonna take 3 pieces of garlic, actually 4, just because these are kind of thin. And I'm kind of working fast because I don't want to lose all the Allicin. All of that nice garlic flavor and taste. And I'm cutting off the ends so we can get a little bit of that garlic penetration. Okay, now we're gonna bruise that. See, this is why you have to smell and you have to taste test and you have to use your like senses, because sometimes I'll forget. And that's the thing, is I forget sometimes. Sometimes I'll, and garlic is kind of like the pepper too. Like depending on how much you want to impart the garlic, that's how much you smash it. So that's all you're seeing me do, is kind of lightly open up the garlic for the flavor. There, and there's enough juice to kind of coat everything, coat the papaya. And you can see that I'm just kind of, you know, mixing it and then bruising it and getting some of the sauce. Now you see this like giant piece of sugar? I need to break that down more. And this is why it's good to have your little mortar and pestle to kind of help do that for you. Okay, now that we've dissolved the sugar, we mixed everything, we got some of the salt. We got the salt from the fish sauce, we have sugar, we have the lime for acidity. Let's try it. See if we got the ratio right. Yeah. Oh wait, was that a little piece of seed? Okay. Okay, let's try it. Oh no. I think I need a little bit more lime. I almost want to say I need a little bit more pepper too. But I know that the pepper will eventually come out, and when it does, it gets very spicy. And I don't want to do it too much. I don't know what it is, but I feel like as I got older, my heat tolerance isn't as great. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I got acid, like stomach reflex. See if I got the ratio now. So drippy. I think I need a little bit more sugar, and then I'm done. Because remember, I barely put any sugar in the beginning. So we're gonna kind of get that a little bit. See if we can dissolve this real quick. Ooh, it's like spraying in me, on me. Let's see. Just don't want any large pieces of sugar. That's why I thought I had all the sugar mixed in. And that's why I prefer palm sugar that's already kind of in a manageable state, because when it's a giant block like that, it's hard to deal with. And I got some sauce on me, my goodness. Okay. Whoops. Let's try it now. Hold on. And I might as well have you guys watch me, because I always end my videos with that. Here. I like ending with me sampling the foods I try. Alright, so here's the piece. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's perfect. So try it out. You can Google it, but this is a base recipe for Thai papaya salad. Thanks for joining. See ya.